The story opens with a fable-like prologue, narrated on parchment-styled panels that recount the mystical and convoluted origin of Billy Kaplan, the Wiccan. It tells of a boy born from a demon soul and their Scarlet Witch's will, a trickster spirit who was destined to join a mighty force of heroes. The legend speaks of his union with a future king, Teddy Altman, the Hulkling, and how their love became a force strong enough to save an intergalactic kingdom. But, as the narration ominously warns, even the greatest tales can come crashing down. We are then ripped from this storybook intro into a harsh, burning reality. Billy and Teddy have crash-landed their spaceship in a dense, unknown forest, implied to be somewhere in Eastern Europe. The wreckage is total. Their advanced Kree-Skrull technology is destroyed, and they are completely cut off from the Avengers and their empire. Teddy is in bad shape. The Emperor of the Alliance is lying in the dirt, bleeding from a severe head wound, his leg shattered and his mind reeling in shock. He panics, rambling about their home and the throne being gone, referring to the recent collapse of their command during the crash. Billy tries to take charge, attempting to cast a healing spell to stabilize his husband. He chants and focuses, but nothing happens. He describes the sensation as terrifyingly hollow. His magic is numb, like a car with a busted ignition. For the first time in years, one of the most powerful mages in the Marvel Universe is effectively human and powerless. Realizing he can't magic their way out of this, Billy must improvise. He tears strips from his red cape to bandage Teddy's wounds and constructs a primitive sled, a travois, to drag Teddy's heavy, dense frame through the wilderness. As they trek through the endless woods, the couple tries to keep their spirits up with banter. Teddy, despite his pain, jokes about Billy's sudden competency with manual labor. This triggers a flashback where Billy reveals the source of his survival skills, Kate Bishop. We learn that Hawkeye forced Billy on annual no-powers camping trips, forbidding gadgets or magic, specifically to prepare him for a moment like this. Billy admits he used to hate it, but now, hauling his injured husband through the mud, he silently thanks her. The journey is grueling, and as night falls, Teddy's condition worsens. He begs Billy to stop, feeling like a burden, but Billy refuses to give up, culminating in a tender moment where they share a kiss, reaffirming that they will figure this out together, powers or no powers. Billy hides Teddy in the brush to scout ahead, and stumbles upon a seemingly abandoned village. The architecture is rustic, old world, and eerie. He enters a cottage and finds bodies on the floor, but they aren't dead, just terrified. He meets a young girl named Katerina and the village doctor. Billy tries to introduce himself as a good witch to calm them down, but the moment is shattered when a wall explodes inward. A monster enters, a Leshy. It's a towering, terrifying forest spirit with a deer skull for a head and razor-sharp claws. Billy draws Teddy's legendary sword, Excelsior, and tries to hold the beast back. Without his magic, Billy is forced to rely on agility and swordplay, taunting the creature to keep its attention on him. He realizes the beast is feral and uncoordinated, but he's physically outmatched. Just as the Leshy is about to land a killing blow, a blur of green and purple slams into it. It's Teddy, pushing himself past his limits to save his husband. Teddy manages to tackle the monster, but collapses immediately from his injuries. The Leshy prepares to finish them both off, but Billy spots a kerosene lantern. He smashes it over the monster, setting its wooden and fur body ablaze. The creature screeches and retreats into the woods. In the aftermath, the villagers help bring Teddy inside. While Katerina offers Billy flowers as a thank you, the doctor creates a splint for Teddy's leg and offers some crucial exposition. He explains that the Leshy were once peaceful guardians of the forest. However, the evil Roxxon Corporation built a facility nearby, polluting the land. Soon after, a mysterious witch moved into the woods. Her presence, combined with the pollution, has corrupted the local magic, turning the spirits into bloodthirsty monsters. This explains Billy's power loss. As an elemental mage, the Demiurge, he is connected to the earth, and the corruption of this land is dampening his abilities. The doctor tells Billy that the witch lives to the west, where an old chapel once stood, and warns him of a trickster fox that will try to seduce travelers. Despite Teddy's protests, Billy decides he must confront this witch to fix the spiritual imbalance and restore his magic so he can heal Teddy. Teddy, refusing to let Billy go alone, limps along with him using the sword as a crane. They hike until they find the structure, a bizarre gingerbread-style log cabin that looks like something out of a twisted nursery rhyme. Outside, they encounter the fox the doctor warned them about. The fox speaks, calling them stupid boys and telling them to run away, but they ignore the omen. The house itself seems alive. It breathes, and the door opens on its own to invite them in. They step across the threshold and find that the interior defies physics. It is a massive, opulent Victorian manor, far larger than the cabin appeared from the outside. They are immediately ambushed. A massive mud creature, a homunculus, grabs Teddy, pinning him against the bookcase. A hunched, elderly woman in purple robes appears holding a scythe. Billy demands she let his husband go, but before he can even raise his sword, the witch strikes. In a shocking, gruesome panel, the witch slices Billy's head cleanly off his shoulders. But Billy doesn't die. His severed head lands on a dinner platter on the table. Still conscious, blinking, and shouting in confusion. The witch sits calmly at the table, pouring tea, while Billy's head demands answers. She reveals she knows exactly who he is. William Kaplan, son of the Scarlet Witch, the Demiurge. She chides him, telling him that while he has been off playing superhero in space, he has neglected his duties to the earth and the elemental magic that courses through his veins. She claims she hasn't killed him to end him, but to get his attention. She says the world is in chaos and needs balance, and she intends to help him regain his connection to magic. When Billy asks who she is, the house begins to rumble. The timber groans as the entire structure stands up, ripping through the roof of the forest on gigantic chicken legs. The witch reveals her true face, a terrifying ancient crone, and announces herself as the mother of all witches, Baba Yaga. The issue ends with the house walking away into the moonlight, taking a decapitated Billy and a captured Teddy onto the witch's road.